breaking news. So it looked like
the Liberty coach,
Sandy Brondello, fired.
Who is a two-time WNBA championship head coach
from the Liberty.
After 4 seasons.
After winning the WNBA title. This is crazy. The WNBA dominoes continue to fall. They continue to fall. The gift that keeps on giving.
ESPN just told the shocking truth as to why Sandy Brondello was let go by the New York Liberty.
This is insane news.
Shocker. The Liberty just fired Sandy Brondello 1 year after winning the title. This could change everything for Caitlin Clark. If you want Caitlin to get the coach she deserves, drop CC22 in the comments.
You bring in Caitlin, who changed the world, changed the dynamic of basketball.
The WNBA world is in disbelief. Sandy Brondello didn't just coach the New York Liberty. She transformed them.
One of the hottest coaches in the WNBA has just found herself on the unemployment line. Yes, you heard me correctly. She just won the final championship last year. And I'm telling you right now, this is a dumb decision by New York Liberty.
Indiana Fever. It's not too late to fix this Stephanie White situation. Everybody alert. Sandy Brondello is out on the market.
In only 4 seasons, she became the winningest coach in franchise history.
It is an anomaly for a team to rebuild, not necessarily rebuild, but get new players, top to bottom, new people running the organization, top to bottom, and see them actually make it to the finals and win.
After 4 seasons with the Liberty, including winning a title in 2024, Sandy Brondello is out.
Stacking a record of 107 wins to just 53 losses.
Look at her resume. Sandy Brondello Liberty record. In 2022, 16-20, lost in first rounds. 2023, 32-8, made the finals. 2024, 32-8, won the finals. 2020, 27-17, lost in the first round. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. What does this happen?
New York Liberty head coach Sandy Brondello's contract will not be renewed for the 2026 season. The team announced the organization will begin the search for its next coach immediately.
She took New York to back-to-back finals and in 2024 finally delivered the Liberty's first ever WNBA championship.
She was the Liberty coach in 2022, where she got into the playoffs in her first year, the finals twice in a row, and then had one really down year this year.
She winningest coach in franchise history, and she took us to a never-before-seen heights as the first head coach to lead the Liberty to a championship.
We would like to thank Sandy Brondello for her everlasting impact on the New York Liberty. Liberty GM Jonathan Kolb said in a statement, Sandy finishes her tenure in New York as the winningest coach in franchise history. She took us to never-before-seen heights as the first head coach to lead the Liberty to a championship.
And yet, just 1 season later, the front office pulled the trigger and fired her.
Sandy Brondello was supposed to be fired last year, but she actually won the WNBA championship.
Why? Because ownership made it championship or bust. If she didn't repeat, she was out.
A year removed from winning the title, what exactly led to the parting of ways between the Liberty and Sandy Brondello here?
Well, Malika, I know you guys talk about this a lot in the NBA and in other sports, but it was really championship or bust for New York and for Sandy Brondello. And in fact, if they hadn't won the championship last year, we might have been having this conversation a year ago.
Never mind the fact that her team was battling injuries in the playoffs.
She went to the WNBA championship the year before that as well. So you mean to tell me you're going to fire a coach for going to the WNBA championship 2 times in a row? Should have won more games than any other coach in franchise history, and she simply only lost in the playoffs because of injuries.
Never mind that her players, Breanna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu, publicly backed her and said they had her back.
This is a resilient group, and she has our back and we have hers. And the way that she continued to kind of, I don't know, deal with the cards she was dealt, was incredible. It wasn't easy for anybody, but she came in every day with a positive attitude and a mindset to put us in our best positions possible and best foot forward. So we're not going to be a team that points fingers. You know, there's a lot of us that could have done better this season, but we're still going to fight and show up for each other every single day, and I think that's what's the most important part. So we have Sandy's back.
Even Becky Hammon called her one of the rare coaches who's not just elite, but a genuinely great person.
The shoot around, she said she did not love this move for Sandy, and it really just spoke to the fact that she is such a quality person and quality coach, and that is such a rare mix for.
This wasn't about performance. It was politics. A short-sighted, dysfunctional move by Liberty management.
Unless we find out some behind-the-scenes drama, this feels like a short-sighted decision. We all better hope Stewie, Sab, etc. were on board with the decision. Otherwise, this could go really bad for the Liberty really fast. Absolutely. This could be a disastrous decision.
They fired the coach who delivered the ultimate prize. And in doing so, they may have opened the door for one of the most powerful shifts in WNBA history.
I mean, you at least give her another year, fam. She just won the ring.
For Caitlin Clark, this shocking firing could be a blessing in disguise.
The Indiana Fever need to figure out a way to get her right now. I'm telling you this for a fact. Sandy Brondello is what Caitlin Clark need as a coach. She's going to let her play. She's a basketball genius, and she is going to let Caitlin do what Caitlin do.
Analysts are already saying it. Sandy Brondello is the exact type of coach Caitlin needs.
If it's anybody that's going to let Caitlin play and be Caitlin, I'm talking about the Iowa Caitlin. The one we seen at Iowa. Sandy's going to be that one. She's going to be Lisa Bluder 2.0. I promise you, bro. She like that.
Think about it. At Iowa, Lisa Bluder gave Caitlin freedom. She let her shoot from logo range, run the offense her way, and play with the creativity that made her the biggest star in women's basketball. In the pros, not every coach is willing to hand over that kind of control. But Sandy Brondello? She's built her reputation on trusting elite players and letting them shine.
What did I just read? Whoa! Whoa! This is crazy. The WNBA dominoes continue to fall. They continue to fall. The gift that keeps on giving. This is insane news. New York Liberty head coach Sandy Brondello has been fired. Fired after one season after winning the WNBA title.
Breaking news. So it looked like New York Liberty coach Sandy Brondello has been fired. ESPN just told the shocking truth as to why Sandy Brondello was let go by the New York Liberty.
She did it with Diana Taurasi in Phoenix. She did it with Sabrina Ionescu in New York. And she could do it with Caitlin in Indiana. Brondello is a two-time WNBA champion, and commentators have compared her to Lisa Bluder 2.0.
Sammy Brondello with Caitlin Clark. This is the closest thing we would get to Lisa Bluder style. And she's used to letting people do their thing. She had Marina Johannes in New York shooting one-legged threes, like hooping like it's an and one mixtape. Yeah, I think Sandy Brondello is the best option for us to get the Caitlin Clark of Iowa. Bring in Sandy.
That means bringing Caitlin back to her purest, most dangerous form. The fearless scorer, the playmaker, the one who changes games by simply being herself. If Indiana truly wants to unlock Iowa Caitlin at the WNBA level, there's no question. Sandy Brondello is the coach to make it happen.
Oh, I pray the Indiana Fever figure out a way to get Sandy. Oh, my God. I mean, y'all got to somehow remotely make this happen.
And for Caitlin, this isn't just about having a good coach. It's about having a coach who believes in her, protects her, and builds a team around her generational talent.
I think they're going to go away from the WNBA. I think it's not going to be a WNBA assistant coach. I think they're going to go outside, whether that be men's college, women's college, or the NBA. I think they are absolutely going to go towards the NBA, because for me, it just doesn't really make sense why you would fire her for another coach that's been in and around the WNBA.
And she definitely going to get a head coach position on one of the expansion teams.
Here's where things get really interesting. Sandy Brondello isn't just a great coach.
Indiana need to go get. I like Stephanie White right now, but if we're talking future, winning championships, consistently winning, go get Sandy Brondello right now.
She's a magnet for superstar talent, and the timing couldn't be more perfect. Why? Because Sabrina Ionescu and Breanna Stewart are both free agents. Imagine this. Indiana hires Brondello, and suddenly, the Fever aren't just building around Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston.
A lot of people was also speculating that Sabrina Ionescu could be jumping ship, maybe even Breanna Stewart, because no one's thinking about this. See, Breanna Stewart signed a one-year deal with the New York Liberty.
They become the destination. Sabrina already played under Brondello, thrived under her system, and called her a coach who always had our back. Breanna Stewart publicly defended her just days before the firing. If those two feel disrespected in New York,
Sandy Brondello fired as New York Liberty head coach.
The Liberty coach, Sandy, just been released from the Liberty.
Sandy Brondello was just fired from the New York Liberty after 4 seasons.
Sandy Brondello, who is a 2-time WNBA championship head coach, the coach of the New York Liberty, formerly of the New York Liberty, has been fired.
Why wouldn't they consider joining Caitlin in Indiana, with Brondello waiting? That's how dynasties are made. Caitlin Clark plus Sabrina Ionescu equals the Splash Sisters. Add in Breanna Stewart alongside Aaliyah Boston in the paint, and you have the most dangerous starting core in WNBA history. A team that could dominate for the next decade, not just contend. And here's the truth. It's a clear upgrade over Stephanie White.
Go get Sandy Brondello, bro. Go get her right now. I fucks with Stephanie, but she ain't no Sandy Brondello. She ain't no Sandy Brondello. Go get her right now, bro.
White deserves credit for helping the Fever rebuild, but Brondello is on another level.
Stephanie White got us to the second round. That don't mean nothing. That lady just won a world championship last season, and she got fired. We could fire Stephanie White after 1 year.
Nearly 300 career wins, 2 WNBA titles, and a .600 winning percentage. She's proven she can coach super teams, handle egos, and still deliver results. That's exactly what Caitlin Clark deserves. Not just a competent coach, but a championship-caliber leader. But here's the catch. Indiana has to act fast. Expansion teams in Toronto and Portland are already searching for coaches. Seattle just made a move.
We know that there's openings in Seattle, for example, in addition to the 2 expansion franchise that are still yet to hire their coaches.
Her firing leaves the WNBA with 4 current coaching vacancies, including expansion franchises in Toronto, Portland. After the Seattle Storm fired Noelle Quinn on Sunday,
Chicago could easily make a call. If the Fever sit back, Brondello will be gone, and they'll miss the chance of a lifetime. This is Caitlin's moment. Her influence, her star power, and her voice matter more than ever.
You bring in Caitlin, who changed the world, changed the dynamic of basketball. And
if she wants to secure her future and bring championships to Indiana, this is the demand she has to make. Bring in Sandy Brondello, build the super team, and let the Clark era truly begin.
And you bring in Caitlin, who changed the world, changed the dynamic of basketball. And
Breaking news. So it looked like
The Liberty coach.
Sandy Brondello fired.
Who is a two-time WNBA championship head coach.
From the Liberty.
After 4 seasons.
After winning the WNBA title. This is crazy. The WNBA dominoes continue to fall. They continue to fall. The gift that keeps on giving.
ESPN just told the shocking truth as to why Sandy Brondello was let go by the New York Liberty.
This is insane news.
The Liberty may have made the biggest mistake in WNBA history, but Indiana now holds the golden ticket. If the Fever want to keep Caitlin Clark happy, healthy, and on the path to greatness, the move is simple. Hire Sandy Brondello, build the super team, and let Caitlin lead a dynasty. What do you think? Should Indiana make this move right now?
Caitlin Clark is something we've never seen before. All of these girls are only relevant, and some of them has elevated their game because now we watching them and talking about them. And that's all predicated to Caitlin Clark.
Drop CC22 in the comments to show your support for Caitlin. And don't forget to subscribe to WNBA Spark, the home for real Caitlin Clark updates, breaking WNBA news, and everything the mainstream won't tell you. Because the Clark era is just getting started. And here on WNBA Spark, we're not missing a second of it.